Hi everyone, I'm Roberta. I'm a registered dietitian nutritionist, and today we're going to go to the grocery store virtually to find out the carb content of some of the beverages and find out if they're helping or hurting your weight loss. But first, please subscribe to my channel, hit the bell notification if you want to be alerted to the next video, and please give it a thumbs up so I can keep bringing you videos. So if you've been following a 1,200 calorie eating plan, remember, keep each of your meals to no more than 30 grams of carbs. And if you're following a 1,500 calorie eating plan, make sure that each meal does not go over 45 grams of carbs. When we talk about your carb limit, remember that's the food and the drink combined. And when we look at the labels for carbohydrate, we do not need to look at sugar. Carbohydrate includes fiber plus sugar plus starch, and today we're going to see it also includes sugar alcohols. Let's head on over to the grocery store. The first thing we see is water. We know water is always the best thing to drink, but what about everything else in the beverage aisle? Can we drink any of this while we're trying to lose weight? What about the Coke, ginger ale, 7-Up, Sprite? What about Pepsi, Diet Pepsi, Mountain Dew? How does any of that fit into the weight loss program? Powerade, Gatorade, G2, Gatorade Zero. Do any of you drink the coffee drinks or energy drinks? How about these squeeze bottles where you squeeze a little bit in your water bottle, or the envelopes with powder in them? All right, so let's start looking at the labels for three things: serving size, total carbohydrate, and the ingredients. So we see the serving size is 1 bottle, the total carbohydrate is 60 grams, ingredients is high fructose corn syrup. We'll spend a little bit more time on the next Pepsi label. Serving size is 1 bottle, total carbs is 58 grams. So I'm going to stop there for a moment. Remember, we're not looking at total sugar because the sugar amount is part of the carbohydrate number. Total carbohydrate is an addition of fiber, sugar, starch, and sugar alcohols. So if you're on a 30 carb limit per meal, you already see that's way over. And even if you're on the limit of 45 carbs per meal, that's over too. Could you drink half of that? You could, but if you were to drink half of this bottle at the meal, you know that that's it for your carbs. No carbs at the meal. You can only have protein and vegetables. On to the next label. Do any of you drink the coffee drinks? So how does this fit into your meal plan for weight loss? So let's stop it right there. We see the serving size is 1 bottle. The total carbs is 33 grams. So if you're following a 1,200 calorie eating plan, your limit is 30, 33, you can go a few grams over, but not more than a few. You could do this with a meal, but know that no more carbohydrates at that meal. You have to only eat protein and vegetables, specifically non-starchy vegetables. Actually, let me get my plate method out really fast so you can visualize. So we think about our meal. Where's your protein? Where are your non-starchy vegetables? And we have a limit for carbohydrate. Think about what you eat and drink and stick to your limit. Another resource that will help you with understanding carbs is this carb list. Download it. I'll put the information below. You might have seen this in prior videos. Each amount of food listed gives the body 15 grams of carbs. So you'll hear me talking a lot about 15 grams of carbs because, again, each serving here, there's fruit here, starchy vegetables, bread, milk. Each serving gives 15 grams of carbs. All right, so let's see what else is in the beverage aisle. Okay, we have sweet tea, and they say that 1 bottle is a serving. The total carbohydrate is 48, and it's coming from cane sugar. Then here, let's stop here for a minute. This is an interesting front label. It says 0 sugar sweet tea. Notice it says sweet tea. Let's see how they sweeten it. 1 bottle is a serving. Sure enough, 0 carbs, and again, the sugar is in the carb number. Here's the first label we're looking at that has artificial sweeteners, aspartame and acesulfame potassium, which we'll talk about in a minute. 0 sugar Pepsi, so we see serving size 1 bottle, total carb 0. So what is this sweetened with? In the second line, it's aspartame, and the very bottom line, acesulfame potassium, which is an organic potassium salt that is sweet. Now we have hint. This has no artificial sweetener, no sugar. The serving is 1 bottle, total carbohydrate 0, and those ingredients we see purified water and natural flavors. So you could make your own at home. You've probably heard to a pitcher of water you can add fruit slices and just let them infuse in the water, or purchase it. Now this caught my eye because I've never seen this product before. Serving size 1 bottle. Let's stop for a moment. The total carbohydrate is 5. And remember, total carbohydrate comes from fiber, sugar, starch, and sugar alcohols. So since the sugar matches the carbs, all the carbs are from sugar. There's no fiber, there's no starch, there are no sugar alcohols. It's all sugar. So then when we zoom in on the ingredients, we see a couple things actually. The second ingredient is cane sugar, but then the very last ingredient is stevia. I need to comment about stevia and the brain in a moment, but let's see what else we have. A lot of people tell me they buy this sparkling ice, and that is a 0 carb product. You'll see in just a minute. Serving size 1 bottle, total carb 0. But where does the artificial sweetener come from? As we look at the ingredients, we'll see toward the end that right there, sucralose. So here's the first product we're looking at with sucralose. Sucralose is the generic word for Splenda. Oh, I like these squeeze bottles because it's easy to monitor how much you put in your water. And we have these powder packets. Gatorade makes this Propel, an electrolyte packet. Serving size 1 packet, total carb 0. But what's it artificially sweetened with? We see in the 4th line, sucralose. Again, that's the generic for Splenda. And finally, this product is the first time we see a sugar alcohol. It's not actually from alcohol, it's not ethanol. The chemical structure just has an oxygen-hydrogen group, an alcohol group in it. That's why they call it a sugar alcohol. The serving size is 1 bottle. Total carbs is 11. So the sugar and the sugar alcohol together add up to 11. Hence, we have total carbohydrate 11 grams. The second ingredient, they have erythritol. What I find interesting is on the 3rd line, they also have stevia in this product. So when you pick your beverage to go along with your properly balanced meal, what's the best one to choose? Well, definitely don't go over your carbohydrate limit. Water is always the best choice. But what if you want to have some of these other drinks that have some carbs or maybe have artificial sweeteners? If something has more than your carb limit, then consider drinking only half the bottle. What if something has artificial sweeteners? Let's review the artificial sweeteners. Aspartame, sucralose, saccharin, acesulfame potassium. Is there any side effect on the body? Research has shown that these artificial sweeteners can cause increased appetite, depression, headaches, and one study even linked saccharin to bladder cancer. So don't overdo. If you want to drink things with the artificial sweeteners, be mindful and pay attention to if you have side effects. Stevia, monk fruit, how safe are those? Well, there is research that shows it can reduce dopamine production in the body and can contribute to mild depression. So just be careful how much you're using. And the sugar alcohols. Sorbitol, mannitol, maltitol, lactitol, xylitol, erythritol. These are not fully absorbed in the body, so they provide less calories and you need less insulin to metabolize them, but they can cause bloating, abdominal cramps, nausea, and diarrhea. I can't use many of them because I get abdominal pain. So just be careful and be aware to any side effects that you might have. If you're wondering what the American Heart Association and the American Diabetes Association have to say about these artificial sweeteners, here's their joint statement. When used wisely, non-nutritive sweeteners could facilitate reductions in added sugar intake, resulting in decreased calories and weight loss. However, these potential benefits will not be fully recognized if you compensate and increase energy from other sources. All in all, pay attention to the carbohydrates in both your food and your drinks, and don't go over your carb limit. And know that we're usually more satisfied if we eat our carbs rather than drink them. Please subscribe to my channel, hit the bell notification so you'll be alerted to the next video, and give it a thumbs up so I can keep bringing you videos. Please join me at the next video when we go to the grocery store again and start investigating breakfast, lunch, and dinner ideas. Thanks so much for spending time with me. I really appreciate it. And until next time, take good care of yourself. Bye.